Hello again. Now, what I want to look at in this session is methods of wiring. Now, again, you look at the video in regards to methods of wiring. That's METHODS, methods of wiring. Okay. Right. And what I want to do here is to. One second. Yes, it's okay. Just forgot to do something here. In case I lost my dropped out. In case my video dropped out. Okay. 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 So let me get to work. Okay. Thank you. Oh. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting a bit loopy. Well, let's hope not too loopy anyway. Okay. So we have. Okay. Okay. Right. Again, continuing with sitting gills, and these are just short videos. Okay. And we're going to look at. Let's make sure I have full screen. Yes. Good. Okay. Thank you. Come back. We're looking at methods of wiring, and this is in session 2. Okay. Okay. And it's to be able to determine appropriate wiring systems. So you have, if you're in an industrial environment, you need to determine whether you're going to use steel conduit, black enamel, or whether you're going to use galvanized, whether you're going to use plastic. And in an industrial environment, you would very rarely ever use plastic. Okay, right. Okay. That's just our revision part. Okay, so let's get that done and deal with that. Lighting circuits. There are 3 main ways of wiring circuits. Now, obviously, may have been changes or additions to this since. But looping, conduit trunking, 3-plate sealing rolls method, joint or junction box. Joint or junction box is not really used too much these days. Okay, only where in very rare circumstances. Here we have what we call the looping method. And don't forget your 3-plate system as well. Okay, 3-plate sealing rolls. The looping method using conduit trunking is the easiest method because we can use single core cables. Well, if you're using trunking or conduit anyway, you would normally use single core cables, and they would normally be 2.5 would be your average cable size. We use 2. Even for the lighting, because of the sometimes the one of the trunking can be very long. You may need to use 2.5 instead of 1.5 to take into account your voltage drop over the length of the cable. Okay. sorry, looping method, easiest method. Okay, we must make sure we supply the switches with the line live and provide a neutral to the lamps. It's very important not to mix this up. Okay, so you should know your line from your neutral, basically. Okay, and you should know that by now. You've been working with me long enough now. Three plate method. This is what I just mentioned earlier. Okay, three plate system here. Okay, the three plate method, a twin and earth cable is run around all the lamp fittings in a radial circuit. Well, not quite. Your three plate system, you bring it to your ceiling rolls, and you can then branch off to other circuits from that point, basically. Okay, it allows you to take cables from there to other rooms without having to run a new set of cables from the consumer unit. Yes, it enables you to take a shortcut, but as in electrics, there's never any shortcuts, and you must always be compliant with the regulations. Junction box, not, this is our junction box here, but this method is not really used to any extent these days. Different kind of thing completely. Yeah, it was probably once used a lot at one stage as a extension system in the olden days, but we don't use that the joint junction box method too much these days. So it's not something I'm going to spend a lot of time on. And here we have ring final circuits, and here you have your ring final circuit. Okay, now remember that you must be compliant with the IE regulations in regards to the amount of sockets you can take off of ring final circuits. Now, at this point in time, I believe it's limitless, but remember that you will need to determine whether or not one ring final circuit will do, or whether you need two or more, okay? Depending on the size of the house or the premises. Again, remember, I believe it's 100 square meters, but don't hold me to that. Make sure you check the regulations for that, and that you are compliant with the regulations, IEE regs at all times. Okay, radio circuits. Now again, remember, radio circuits you can only take off the number of sockets in respect of the side of the cable conductor that you're using. With radio circuits, the cables begin at the protective device and end at the last socket or fuse connection unit. Okay, and you can only take off the relevant amperage in regards to the fusing capacity. Okay. Okay, thank you for your time. Hope you will find this useful. Bye-bye. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.